It's still 2015 and finally we have the new Paradise Lost album amongst us. I know that brings me a lot of joy because it's been 3 long years of waiting since The Tragic Idol, which I thought was a great record. But before I talk about this album, let me go back to the first years. Paradise Lost, the band that formed in the north of England in the early 90s, which is very well known for a very distinctive sound, very doomy, gothic, and the one that blesses us with albums such as Lost Paradise, Gothic, and Shades of God, which are albums that laid the foundation of what was to come. Those albums are very brutal, aggressive, yet beautiful. And then we have 2 of my old favorite PL albums, which are Icon and Draconian Times, filled with amazing musicianship, masterpieces everywhere, great vocal deliveries, riffs, very somber mood throughout these 2 records. And those are the ones where Chris Holmes started to get into more clean sounding vocals, which kind of contrasts the harsh ones really well. And after that we have a very dark period in the band's career, a very dark period where they got really confused, they didn't know what to write about, they lost track of what they were doing and the stuff they did before. In other words, they had an identity crisis, which is quite understandable. You know, when you reach your peak of creativity, where else can you go? If you're at the top of the world, where else can you go than fall down? So that's what happened to Paradise Lost in the late 90s up to the early 2000s. Almost 10 years of you know, not very bright releases. I'm not calling them bad because there's a lot of you guys who like those albums. I myself cannot really judge those because I don't really know them that much. I haven't really paid much attention to those albums as they're not much of my interest. And fast forward to 2005 when these guys released Paradise Lost. In 2005 again, we find a band that regains their strength, their creativity and power, starts to refine their feet, and it manages to do so in a very effective way, because ever since that year 2005 and up to 2012 they've been releasing a string of albums which are very reminiscent of what these guys are known for, you know, including all the elements from the early 90s, mid 90s, and all those albums that I mentioned before. So fast forward again to 2015, and then we have the amazing The Plague Within, an album that was meant to be different. At least that's what I've heard from interviews that Greg McIntosh gave to different magazines. He intended this album to be different to what people hear nowadays on the metal scene, and whether he managed to do so or not is totally down to you. But something that can't be denied is the quality of this album. Guys, this album is freaking brilliant effort. Not only Paradise Lost keeps the trend that has been going on from 2005, but also they takes us back even further into their catalog, even further into their death metal roots. and it manages to balance it out with a very nice gothic doom sound that these guys are known for and we've been getting for the last years. But it does it in a way that is very, very magical, it's very intuitive. And also this album has a lot of variety, a lot of tempo experimentation. For instance, it's got the slowest track that these guys have ever written, which is called Beneath Broken Bones, which I highly encourage you guys to listen to. I'm gonna leave a link down below. And also it's got the fastest track these guys ever put out, called Flesh from Bone, which I'm also going to link below. So yeah guys, this album is magnificent. All you guys who love this are gonna be pleasantly surprised in a good way. Like me, I wasn't expecting for this kind of album to sound, like this, but I'm so glad that it does. And to finish it off guys, I want to say that if you listen to this album and you don't like it, chances are nothing these guys have released in the past it's gonna be of your taste. So do not bother, because you're wasting your time.